Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Afterlight Skies, our Star Wars Edge of the Empire actual play series. Before we begin, you will probably notice throughout the stream that our frames are dropping like flies. Apparently, there is some sort of issue with the ingest server. I haven't heard precisely what it is, but just from what I can see, it looks like there's some sort of data leak between the ingest server and my computer, which is causing frames to drop. It's not solo us. Apparently, several other Twitch streamers are having the same experience on multiple different ingest servers, so I can't fix it, but I will be uploading the local recording to YouTube rather than the Twitch stream for this and for the other streams that happen while this leak is happening. So if you're watching on Twitch, bear with us. If you're watching on YouTube, you shouldn't have any problems. Anyways. I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I turn it over to the game master for the evening, Erin.
Hi guys, I'm Erin. I'm the story GM for Afterlight Skies. And let's hear sound off from our players. Turning it back over to John.
Yo, I am John. I'm playing Sinstaku, the China Seeker, and as soon as the Destiny pool has been cleared, I will roll
It
Destiny.
is clear!
Is it?
Yes,
so it is. It just
click
it
sync every time
just
you
not
ask.
on the
It didn't.
not on the
It
thing.
didn't work for mine, but I rolled one dark side as my
usual.
standard.
Yeah.
The Destiny pool hates you.
Or loves me.
Cody.
Alright, Cody, I'm playing Prez, the Zabrak Commando, and I will roll Destiny as well, which also means I'll save us all. Too light, called it.
We have rolled one dark, two light like 4 times previously to now.
Yeah.
In that same order.
Yep.
Maybe we shouldn't let John roll
Because I'm a
first
beacon
next
of
time.
light. I'm a
And
beacon
see what
Okay,
happens.
just remind me next week.
Okay.
Jeremy?
I'm Jimmy. I'm playing Luxira, the Zeltron. Doesn't even know what she is anymore. And I also got a dark side point.
Oh boy, so it's up to me.
In fact, Jeremy getting dark, me getting dark, and then Cody getting too light has been a recurring theme.
Yeah.
No,
Huh?
I was light last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Kat.
I'm Kat. I am playing Powder, the surgical droid, with memory issues, and I gave us yet another dark side point.
Okay.
Y'all a bunch of heathens.
I seem to recall someone saying, I always roll pretty well.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I was waiting.
Also, rolling light or dark on the Dusty pool, you can't really say which one is good or bad.
Which one helps me and which one helps you? Okay, moving on. So, as it has been a few weeks, I apologize to YouTube people. I'm going to give a slightly more detailed rundown than I usually would. So, our team, essentially, our team had, kidnapped, taken, rescued a scientist and also a mini scientist that they just sort of kept for themselves, and then arrived on Praz's homeworld to deliver the more important scientist and also check back up on some issues that were happening in the area, and a break into their ship, apparently by other members of Praz's species, the Zabrak. So they arrived and met with some council members, and then met with council members again, and then spent some time planning. Anything you guys would like to add to that?
I don't think
I poked
we
one of
did
his
the-
elders, like verbally, sizing me up for a fight.
Yes,
Taku
that
was not the most
absolutely happened.
diplomatic of people.
Lux had some strong moral concerns about this whole thing, but didn't act against anything that was going on. And I would like to point out that Darius is not less important than anybody
He
as
is
far as Lux is concerned.
actively less important.
So
Even the droid. Just saying.
I mean, that everyone but him serves a purpose on the ship right now. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, technically he serves a purpose.
perfectly fine for purpose.
He's a very intelligent wall ornament.
He's keeping Lux occupied. When Lux
If
needs
we
to
ever
be
have
occupied.
someone guest as a player, I might have them play Darius.
Yes. I'm
Just
so
thinking
down
if
for
you're
that.
Interested. Okay.
That would be awesome.
But Lux also had some contact names to check in on, and I'm trying to think what else.
See if we can find out who broke onto the ship.
Yes, that's in relation to that.
Yep.
And
Praz got files.
Which we still need to go over.
Which I have. I have notes that say files relating to Zabrak inquiry, phone numbers of people in the meeting, which is probably more notes than any of you have.
I just remember.
I keep all of my
I'm just
notes
kidding.
up here.
Which
And
is
over
kind of
here.
crazy.
I have like 3 campaigns in my head right now.
That's nuts.
No, I think that's, in terms of recappy goodness.
All right.
Well, you have files to go over
So-
for who's breaking in the ship, and then we also have files for the Imperial security to
Yes.
go over.
Yes, we have lots of files to go over, and then our intercom buzz.
Yep.
When we last left off, you were discussing essentially your next move late at night in your ship, and your intercom lit up with incoming call.
Is there like a caller ID?
No. There should be, but there isn't.
We skimped.
Click.
Is there a... Wait, what did you just do?
Answered it.
A familiar.
Can I ask my out-of-character question first?
Yeah. So I'm not letting him take back that action.
No.
That's
I wasn't going
fine. Because this will be important
we all
for
blow up.
document later. Do we have some way in the security stuff I've done or anything like that? Do we have some way of scrambling image, voice, basically disguising?
Yes, though typically that would need to be implemented before you answer the
Yes,
call.
like I said, this is relevant for an argument that is going to happen later. So yeah, she's like reaching out to, and then beep!
Think.
A familiar logo flashes up on your screen, swirling in place. This small blue icon that you've come to associate with the Shaper. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I understand it's late at your current location.
Not at all. What can we do for you?
I simply wanted to contact you about available work opportunities, given that you seem so eager to pursue my goals with me.
Certainly. Let's hear them.
I have a former business associate who's currently on the same planet as you are. He's been spreading some things through the markets that would like to get my hands on. Now, he doesn't like me very much anymore, so I need you to either acquire some engine core from a specified individual. And I will, of course, be paying you a premium for delivery.
I assume.
How does that sound?
I assume you've got a data packet incoming with all the relevant information.
Indeed.
I look at the other two really quickly to see if there's any immediate objections.
We'll see who it is, and then we'll.
Oh no, that's not our deal. Are you interested in my offer or not?
Does it have to do with anybody in my clan?
It may not.
Then I'm out.
Not really going to find out if it does or if it is or isn't until after we accept. Also, we can just buy them, I'm assuming. We don't have to steal them.
Acquired in whichever way is most convenient for you.
If it is someone of your clan, I'm certain we can probably work something out between payment and job.
We're not potentially shitting in my backyard, so I feel like there's one person. There's a person whose thoughts on this weigh a little more heavily than mine. I'm willing to defer there. Not that I'm personally opposed, but we are a team.
I don't think acting as an intermediary for a business transaction is going to be a slap in the face to your clan, Brett.
No.
Fine, we'll take it.
All right.
I'm so glad you've accepted. The image flickers out, and a small data packet is sent.
Funnel that along to Lux's computer.
Cool.
I start pulling up. You know, there is a point where we're gonna end up having to say "fuck off" in the middle of a job, right?
Probably.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page as far as that likelihood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also,
what it is about that guy. I don't like him.
I mean, none of us do.
Also,
Money is always good.
Sen,
Yes.
80,
Yes.
when unidentifiable numbers come in, can you let me answer it so I can, make sure that it's not somebody who we might not want tracking us?
Sort of leans back in the chair, thinks about it for a second. It just seemed okay.
That's not what I asked.
The Force moves in mysterious ways.
Oh, you can fuck right off, asshole.
She just wanted to set up a
You
phone
said
call. Where the
that
fuck
is
did
not-
the force come
That
from?
does not get to be used as an answer for I didn't think before I pushed the button.
But quite often it is literally the reason why one might not think before doing an action.
Some may argue it's because they lack the ability to pause and think about their actions.
That may be true in many cases, but when one has a connection to the Force, one finds that often their body
An easy
moves as if it wasn't under their control, or they were simply letting somebody else take the wheel.
As Sen makes this
We are
assertion,
not turning the force made me do it into a way to deny culpability.
I just like the idea of like a t-shirt that says the Force take the wheel.
Oh God.
I do like.
I'm sure that
I do want a teacher that said the Force made me do it.
Yes.
Lux, if you
Yeah.
don't mind, make me a negotiation check, given that you have
All right.
brought up some relevant points. Difficulty of 3.
Negotiation. I'm actually not terrible at that, but then me. 1 success.
Better than none.
Yeah.
There's something a little bit odd about the way in which you were contacted, but you can't really put a finger on it at this time.
It is,
I
however,
mean, yeah, he's never secretly, without identifying who he is, contacted us before.
also it's slightly strange that he knew exactly where we were. I thought we swept this thing for bugs.
Oh no, we did. But he also knew.
I feel
Oh,
like he
yeah.
knows. I feel like he knows way more about us than he should have an ability to.
Do me a favor, son. Contact him back. Make up something.
Star 69 is.
God damn it!
He said contact him back.
Not when I'm mid fucking sentence, you asshole!
It takes a minute to
And
dial the phone.
as that happens,
Yeah, I mean, we do get to continue this conversation a little, right?
3
Make something up just so we can confirm it was really him. Like some point of clarification we need.
Do you have anything in that file?
I haven't had a chance to look at it.
All right. Yeah, hit the button to call him
cancel
back.
call button.
No, hit the button to call him back. The waiting for him to call,
Okay.
I guess, if it's still ringing.
God damn it.
What the fuck? Can you guys still hear me and see me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna work through it then.
It's like, no wonder you guys were all so easy to hunt down. Jesus Christ.
I'm still here and alive.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
a stupidity that gets worse
So-
with age.
Just for my own personal clarification, you were opening the file first, or are you calling him back and then making it up as you go?
Apparently the call's been made, so I have not yet
Okay.
opened the file.
Given that you're essentially trying to speed read this, Lux, can you make me like a...
Well, no, I'm not opening it until the conversation is done.
Oh, okay.
Because
I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought you were trying to speed read it to get
no,
points of clarification before you
No.
open the file.
I'm certain that Sen can come up with some clarification requests.
Okay.
But no, I'm not opening it until then because the whole point of calling them back is to make sure that this is actually somebody, and I'm not opening something that until I'm sure of who it got sent by. Also,
Don't want to download a virus.
I hate to have to be the person to point out something potentially negative, but we have not rolled for potential obligation strain.
You're
things.
right. There was a politics discussion going on, and Aaron fell down a rabbit hole.
How do you roll
And
a
I
zero?
rolled a D00 as
Oh.
opposed
That's a 100.
Well, no,
No. They rolled a D0,
One D00, not one D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
dyslexia. 80. No, you're fine.
Okay. Cool.
Do we have strain right now?
No. I mean, unless you personally have strain like I do, but.
Well, I have
still
one,
have-
but I don't know. I don't remember what that's
It may
from.
be
but-
your reduced strain threshold from last week.
Yeah, that probably is.
Oh yeah, it probably is it.
So yeah,
But, yeah.
I've initiated.
Figure out a way for noting that it's going to be convenient for you in the future.
Yeah. I'll just leave it alone. It's fine.
Because your threshold is not currently reduced.
Zero. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for him to answer, I guess.
Yeah, it takes a little while, but the spinning sort of icon does appear along with a smaller image next to it, as one of his sort of hooded figure assistants appears on the little screen. Cue shuddering. Hello.
Hello. We just had a communication from the Shaper, and we wanted to clarify something very quickly. Is he able to take this call?
Please wait for redirection. This one you noticed is slower, a little different from the ones you're more used to, but same sort of odd, hollow demeanor.
Not quite so perky.
I don't think they've ever been described as perky.
No.
And after about a minute of this individual just sort of staring at the screen and at you, it does flicker over to just the rotating icon and a familiar voice, familiar modulated fake voice. Hello.
Yes,
You
Shaper.
had clarification on your mission?
Yes, actually, more of an update for you, just to let you know. There is currently an Imperial ambassadorial visitor on planet, which may cause a bit of a complication in acquiring the items that you want. Is there a specific timetable on this request, or is it as soon as possible?
Oh, I'm sure you can make your own timetable. I'm quite aware of all of the complicating elements currently at play, yourself being, of course, one of them. And Imperial rebellion activities on the world are not typically my concern.
Alright. Just wanted to make sure that this wasn't a you need it by tomorrow thing.
If I needed it by tomorrow, I would commission a faster ship.
Fair enough. That's all. I'll end the call.
All right. So confirmed it was him, and confirmed he's a dick.
And the second part we already knew.
Yes, but it's always nice to double and triple check.
Which goes back to the question of how exactly is he able to keep tabs on us if we're pretty certain there are no bugs on the ship? We don't exactly broadcast our whereabouts. I say, looking directly at Lux.
We explicitly do not broadcast our whereabouts. We go out of our way not to most of the time. I mean, fuck if I know.
We should probably determine
Seems that
how.
he seems to have. I hate even saying it,
We
but he seems to have some kind of weird. Those fucking creepy ass servant people are they're mental black voids, so is it possible he's got some kind of worsiness?
I feel like if it was, then he probably wouldn't have them employed as guards. People who have that sort of ability like to employ people that they can easily manipulate as guards, and I feel like they're probably not that easy.
You don't need to
in that
manipulate
way.
somebody when they're fanatically loyal to you.
Even when they're fanatically loyal, it's still nice to have an ace in the hole.
Yeah,
Just
that
in
ace
case.
is that they're a fanatic.
And I see, that doesn't work out for everybody.
No, it doesn't. But
And he seems the kind of person that would take every advantage he can get. And since these individuals seem particularly keyed to being useful against people who have slightly psychic or other abilities, then it would seem likely that he is not one of those. It's not impossible, but likely not. If I were a crime boss, I wouldn't want to keep people close to me that could kill me easier than others.
I mean, that's sort of modus operandi for crime bosses. They typically have killers that are much, much more dangerous than them.
Yes.
And if you are a forced person, you would want people whose minds cannot be read in order to keep your head down.
At the same time, people whose emotions cannot be read, is very difficult to predict when they're going to attack you. If they're going to attack you. He seems far too careful to make that to have that big of a vulnerability right next to him. I don't think in that particular instance that by itself indicates to me that he's likely not a chooser. Although I may be wrong, he may very well be, but it just doesn't seem quite right.
Here's an idea. If we're worried about him still having some unseen bug on the ship, why don't we go to
steal a new ship?
No, I was going to say just trade this one off.
We can certainly do that.
I mean, after we get all this shit figured out over here, but...
That's
not the worst idea on the planet.
What's in the files?
That's a good question. Let's see. Bloop. That was the sound of me opening.
You're muted, Aaron. Little paperclip pops up. I see you're trying to open some files.
Blue paperclip pops up. I see that your GM has muted themselves.
Happens to the best of us.
So which set of files? You have 4 different options.
Well, at this particular moment, we are going to open up the Shaper files.
Okay.
Actually, let me rephrase. We are going to scan the Shaper files for any kind of potential security threat.
Okay.
Run it through the antivirus
Roll
first.
a computer's check difficulty 2 for scanning and checking everything, with keeping in mind that the infrastructure you already have in place is going to be helping you a lot with this.
Success and an advantage.
Go ahead and run it through Windows Defender and.
Fuck that! I want something that will actually find viruses.
Windows Defender will find viruses. Just it's the dealing with them is the problem.
But you look like a friendly virus, so I'm going to let you go and not tell anybody.
Yes, Lux's custom defense systems that are very thorough and not Windows Defender-y.
Or Avast, the thing that installs malware on your computer. You have that.
This is Lux AV.
Hey,
So yeah.
Okay.
Terrible.
I work in IT. I can make antivirus jokes all day.
Yes, just like you can make bard puns all day. I'm asking you not to at this moment. So it does seem to be.
Later.
It does seem to be.
The file was sent encrypted, but it does seem to be safe to open.
Okay. Yep, open it up and start looking through, see what our target is, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
All right. So essentially, he's asking you to go after a merchant named Belle Morin, who sells from the file you gather a variety of illicit technologies and modified versions of existing technologies. The kind of stuff that is technically illegal in that it's not standard, or that then your speeder can outrun the government speeders, that sort of
Right.
thing.
Okay.
Apparently he's currently on planet in the underground aspect of the markets. It has some other general information about him. He is a human, and that he is loosely affiliated with some underworld guilds, but not notably so. More, he deals with other people of his own profession than they would actually come to his defense.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the specs for the engine you're being asked to acquire.
Okay.
It is a engine for essentially, for lack of a better term, micro speeders. Designed for small, generally droid-operated vehicles. But apparently has some modifications that are of interest to your employer.
Does it detail what those modifications are?
Just that it is the J15 model of the options that he would have available.
Okay. So we need to get engines from this guy that sells illegal tech.
I thought it was the engine cores. Just the
Engine cores, yeah.
We need to, we're looking to acquire an engine core from him.
Mm-hmm.
Does the information provided say what type of engine core we're looking for? I would assume it would, but...
That's micro speeder engine. Their J15 model.
Do I know anything about that model of engine, being a pilot?
Sure. Make me I guess knowledge education check? Knowledge outer rim. That's going to be the best. Sorry.
What difficulty?
Difficulty of 3. This is specific to something that you don't necessarily specialize in.
One threat. I'm a pilot, not a mechanic. I don't know shit.
You
Yeah.
fly the things, you don't fix them.
I fly them, I don't fix them. I don't suppose, do I, like, just...
I mean, you recognize that it is a model number that would work for microspeeders, but honestly, there's a reason you haven't fucked with speeders much in the past few years, and that reason is the very angry droid.
Yeah, there's a variant that blows them up, so... but that doesn't, like, ring a bell as, like, that's a fighter engine, not a speeder engine, or something like that. Like, one of those random specs that you, like, if you're in an X-Wing, I assume you know what the engine is. Like, it's not an X-Wing engine.
Nope. It's It's an engine for a small droid-sized speeder.
Okay. Well, we're getting a specialized engine from this guy. Do you have a price listing or anything?
Nope.
We have any sort of collateral we're being told to offer?
Nope.
If he wanted it bought,
I'm 90% sure he does not expect us to buy this.
I mean,
Because if he wanted to buy it, he would have sent someone else.
fair. But it's not a member of your clan, Praz, so...
yeah.
Well, I guess we should look into this person and see what makes them tick.
Yeah.
What was the name again?
Bel Moran.
Does that ring any bells to me? I doubt it would,
mean,
but
it sounds like a race more than a name, but...
No, it sounds like a name. Sounds like a Star Wars name.
Belmoran is...
Yes, there is Belmorans, but...
Anyway,
No,
I'll
it is
start
not
looking up.
the name of a species. It is the name of a person.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not a name that is particularly familiar to any of you. None of you have specifically interacted with this dealer. Though most of you have some understanding of, like, underworld selling of goods type dealings from your various paths.
well, we
Powder,
can,
you would also basically understand the...
we can put a plan together to deal with that
Okay.
tomorrow. What about the other files we have? I think we have stuff about the Imperial Security Detail. We have the people. We have information that's been provided about the people that hacked into the ship.
Imperial Security Detail. Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
files
Yeah.
Praz has, yeah. And then what else do we have? Is that it? We have that, and then we have the information about the hackers that you received.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and look at that.
Feel like there's one more, but I cannot remember, and those are the only ones that I have contact numbers for
For the investigative team.
Lux, you were essentially asked to contact their information security department and share information.
yes.
Yeah, on our security protocols. That way they can narrow down who it might have been.
Wait,
have
say that
essentially-
again.
Uh,
Share.
give them an idea of our security protocols so that they can narrow down based on skill level who it could have been.
Skilled.
Yeah. Apparently they have multiple
Oh.
skilled people.
Skilled is sort of a broad range and doesn't specify.
Very fucking
skilled
skilled.
in specific manners, skilled in, you know,
I mean, you understand my concerns
you don't
about.
you don't have to
Yeah,
give
you don't
them
have to
People
give
security
them
not.
codes.
blueprint. You don't have to give them everything.
Just an idea of the level of
Okay.
security that they had to bypass.
Well, what do we want to tackle next? Because we've got like 7 different tacks we can take.
So, well, and then let's look over that Imperial
Got
security
that?
details, I
We've got
guess.
the Imperial security stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Take a look at those files.
All right. The Imperial security stuff does give a little more information about what you learned, Praz, that they are essentially lodging themselves within their own ship, and tend to be visiting some government buildings and the market areas. It's a small group, mostly of troopers and delegates.
In market areas.
Market areas, yes.
The
Okay.
area
Which
we're going to
Praz
be
would know
traversing.
are more open
Yes.
to off-worlders.
Mhm.
Okay. And you said it was a mostly small contingent?
Small contingent, primarily troopers and diplomats, at least according to official documentation.
Which doesn't mean anything. Really.
It means that they probably don't have thousands more people than they report having.
That's
That would
true,
be noticeable.
but it's not the thousands I'm worried about. It's the one who's on the ship who is not part of the official documentation.
Yeah, that would be the primary concern.
It's the Imperial Inquisitor that they just happen to have along.
I mean, the good news is it's not somebody particularly high, because they tend to come out and scare everybody as soon as the ship lands. That, for some reason, seems to be the Empire's MO.
Unless the ambassador is the Imperial Inquisitor in disguise.
I mean, that is also a possibility. Actually, does it have the name of the ambassador or the diplomats? You don't have to give.
According to the records, there are several people along with the main diplomat. Like, there's essentially a segment of people who are there as diplomats.
Right.
But the main official is named Shane Young.
Shane Young?
Yes. Placed in chat. And is listed as an Imperial Academy graduate with honors and up-and-coming potential senator for the area, who would absolutely love to meet all of you. Like, he does have like his little official bio in it.
God.
Like, he's that kind of Imperial representative. At least as far as his...
about Ambassador Young.
Aside from the official profile, there isn't a ton in the records you were given.
Right. Do I know anything?
Oh, okay. It's not a name that is familiar to you.
Okay.
This is someone you've never met. However, given the individual's age and the general, like, the picture and bio you have, it's very possible that this person entered official capacity after you'd left.
Right. Okay. So they're particularly
young.
You could say young.
Yes. You know what? I was like, name diversity, and then I was like, oh god, the puns.
No, it's fine. I had to make it once. It's been made. We can move on.
Yep.
I mean, to me, and this is said to me, and this is my paranoid mind working, but a very public, up-and-coming young individual who is probably a great speaker and is probably clean as clean can be.
Oh, they're here for propaganda purposes then.
Well, that is exactly the kind of person you would have come out front while somebody else came along and is working the other end.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely more than just that person and stormtroopers aboard that ship. Which begs the question, why are they here? Why are they actually? Which
Didn't
maybe,
we have an idea about that?
well, strong-arming the apparent intention was to sort of make a show of force and say, hey, here we are, we're here to stay.
Oh, no. There is somebody that we know who is here.
Is there?
There's somebody I know that is here. Or is scheduled to be here.
Yes, but that's... that may or may not coincide with the reason why they're here.
God damn it, no. You can't pull this fucking force works in mysterious ways shit and then completely discount.
Well, no, it does work in mysterious ways, which is part of one of the
Yes.
reasons why you aren't always make decisions based on what you see or feel. Which I know sounds hypocritical based on what I did a few
It
minutes
does
ago.
sound hypocritical, doesn't it?
But
Isn't that a thing? So
Yes,
I
well.
tell you what,
I learned from hypocrites. So
you guys,
um,
you guys have all the information on this Belmorn guy. Do some scouting out of it and see if it's something you guys can handle alone, or I'll start digging into this Imperial thing.
All right.
All right, awesome.
well, in the morning.
Yes, well, yeah, not right now.
No one's gonna pull an all-nighter? Kidding.
Not
But
for the Shaper.
I feel like finding out what the Imperials are actually doing here, not their excuse, would be a good first step in that direction.
Oh. And apparently, officially, they're here to investigate an attacked ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, let's go get some sleep.
All right.
And I go to my room and go to sleep.
Yep.
All right. So I leave the ship.
Cool. I just want to quickly confirm what other people are doing before.
Yeah. No, for real.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That makes complete sense.
I'm meditating. I'm not actually sleeping.
Okay. Are you planning on sleeping tonight? Just
Right now, yes, unless something happens while I'm meditating to spur me into action, the Force moves mysterious ways, etc., etc., etc.
yeah, fine. Praz or Cody.
Yeah.
Praz.
He's going into his room and then he's gonna do quick workout and then go to sleep.
Okay. Powder.
Powder's just going to make sure that like everything is where it should be in the ship, at least where they are aware that things have been most recently, and check on the intern and make sure that Lux has everything she needs, all that sort of stuff.
As
Being
you
as
check
helpful
in,
as
you
possible.
notice that he just actually today at least pass out in the common room.
The
With,
Powder
like,
will put a blanket over him.
Okay. Just make me a general vigilance check.
Okay.
Difficulty of 2.
Okay. Vigilance.
Wash.
I
Nothing
gotta
seems
wash.
to have moved all that significantly. Food has come out, or dishes are in different places as the organics consume food regularly.
Yeah.
But nothing major is out of place.
I'm not built to wash dishes, so they stay where they are.
I mean, if any of you aren't washing your dishes, I'm sure that they get chewed out for it eventually, and I'm just gonna shortcut that one.
This is the future. Like, we have automatic dishwashers. Great.
This is Star Wars future.
Those automatic dishwashers are usually broken.
Oh no. Anything that we have in modern day works fine. It's things that are futuristic that don't work.
You planning on just powering down after your...
Yep.
All right, then we'll start with Lux.
Okay. So yeah, I am going to. I know basically where the ship that the Imperials are in is, right?
Yes.
I am going to find the shitty bar that is located next to that ship, because I guarantee there are some off-duty troopers there.
Fair enough.
You don't start covertly investigating the occupied military force in the morning after a good breakfast.
All right.
So yeah.
So yes, I'll say it's, given your background, given your specialties, it's no trouble at all for you to find the bar.
Okay.
You do note that the market is essentially divided into an upper market and a lower market, the lower one being a little sleazier, a little less legitimate, many more people who are off-worlders, and the upper market, which is, well, also very fiercely independent and has a lot of unusual stores, more fancy, more formal. But yeah, you managed to pinpoint a bar probably in the lower market that corresponds to what you're looking for in close proximity to the Imperial docking area.
Okay. So I just slip in and find a spot for the moment. I am keep finding the out of the way place, but not the dark corner, because that's the obvious place. Just some out of the way booth where I can just keep an eye out and look for people who are clearly not locals and act like Imperial soldiers or agents or whatever.
You do notice pretty immediately that many of the patrons of this bar are not local, or at least not part of the formal Zabrak establishment on board. The bartender is Zabrak and sort of gives you a nod, watches you come in, but not obtrusively.
Cool.
Helps you out if you need a drink. But
yeah,
most
I order
of the
something.
patrons and the two bouncers, essentially, there to ensure there isn't trouble, are a variety of races. You can pretty easily pick out a few people that are familiar to you as military types. Even in this sort of bar, they sit up a little straighter, more formally combat drilled, but relaxing, having a drink. None of them are young. The ambassador you're looking for, but they do seem to be.
So I'm going to try to get into a position where I can just sort of overhear.
Okay.
Spend a little bit just sort of eavesdropping, carefully, of course. And see if, first things first, see if they're dumb enough to actually reveal anything that might be helpful.
All right. I just want you to make me a difficulty 2 stealth check. And
Okay, I will.
I definitely have troopers in the minion, so let's see.
I will flip a point for that. That gives me one of those, and stealth. 2 successes and 2 advantage.
Okay, with the 3 of them. They don't seem to notice you at this time.
Okay.
They're talking back and forth. They seem to be complaining about some commander that they all are under in some capacity. From the sense you're getting, these are pilots as opposed to troopers, but
Okay.
same general demeanor. Everyone in the Empire's crappy at their jobs.
Okay. So complaining about, and yeah, she's not gonna make any overt moves at this point. She's not gonna go over and join the conversation, anything like that. This is part one, which is simply establishing presence, so they're not surprised if somebody's,
I can't wait until one of them looks over and recognizes Lux.
I mean, if that happens, it happens, and then things will get interesting from there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But no, you don't go into the random bar and go up and start talking to your mark the first time you're there.
Mm-hmm.
You establish a presence. You make your presence seem normal. So yeah,
one or two of them do look at you at some point, but
Okay.
no one seems to go up to you.
Okay.
Your presence is definitely noticed, but no more than anyone else.
And I'll mostly just strike up conversation with like the bartender and seem like I'm just somebody that's there. I'll stay there for a few hours,
Okay.
and then head back.
All right.
Yeah. Didn't have any big plans to get myself captured yet.
Yet.
You don't
Yeah.
really plan for that. It's more of a surprise or a
Oh,
nice
no.
bonus.
Sometimes you plan for that. Those are the really fun ones.
Every once in a while, you plan to get captured.
It's waiting for us to have to recreate
And while
the
this is happening,
prison break scene.
Powder, when you're powered off, you do not necessarily dream in the traditional human sense,
Uh-oh.
but you do occasionally get flashes. Your memory banks, especially these days, replaying certain events, trying to solidify them, processing less important, less prioritized information while you're in low power mode.
Okay.
And currently, it's strange. There seems to be a priority. You're inside of a large ship. Someone is saying words that you can't quite recognize. Maybe you don't understand the language. Maybe you just weren't supposed to be paying attention. It's not a memory, but it is a conglomeration of events.
Okay.
You see the flash of blaster fire. Someone's screaming this time. And you're there, but you're not helping them. And you think you should be, but you aren't. And this dissonance in the memory becomes more and more present. And then it sort of flickers. The ship isn't damaged at all. Whatever conflagration of conflict is now absolved. And you're still watching. Yeah, that's what you experienced during the night.
Okay.
This isn't something you had previously remembered in any way, and you're still not sure it's precisely a memory at this point, but something woke that up in you.
Okay. I'll try and write all of that down.
All right. Moving along, Lux.
Yeah,
later you.
I eventually get back to the ship. Go find.
No one is waiting for
Darius.
you like a teenager who was late from curfew.
I mean, good, because that would be a fun conversation.
You walk up on the ship, Sen's just there. So where were you?
Which would just cause her to go into a very long, very detailed explanation of visiting the local bar and picking somebody up and then taking them to a hotel, and so much detail. But so yeah, no, I will go in.
The Force says you're lying.
The Force is
I don't think you have that force power.
The
Go
know
in,
whether
go
or not
fi-
somebody had sex force power.
go find poor Darius.
Yeah.
He's asleep on a couch.
Yep.
With a blanket on him.
Just fireman's carry him off.
Okay.
I love that imagery.
Poor boy.
Not for any specific reason.
Death by snoo snoo.
You're the worst.
I don't understand why you're so keen on murdering this random NPC.
I'm not.
I know you're not.
That's a reference to Futurama.
That is a reference, yes. No, nobody has to sleep on a couch in this place.
The mind is willing, but the body is spongy and bruised.
Right. So, the night passes. No further surprises from any of you. And eventually you do, again, wake up. It's the morning. Praz, by this point, you have been contacted by your elder with additional details about the job she promised you. Apparently, you're being asked to perform essentially a standard security detail in the marketplace, which is it is conveniently close to if you guys wanted to interfere with the Empire in any way, but isn't specifically working with the Empire in any official capacity. Again, with just a note that she would greatly appreciate if you all stayed around in case any other questions were needed. And again, you have Kevra, who's one of the head guards, number if you need any other details. Kraz has received that information.
All right, so
So, like, just patrolling the markets, or like
around to respond to security situation.
yeah.
Yeah, essentially patrolling, being around as official muscle should anything go wrong.
But for all of us or just Praz?
That would be for all of you. Praz would know this is essentially a job you are being offered as an excuse to stay on the planet.
Yeah.
To keep you around in case they need to ask you anything else.
Well, that seems like a job we could probably do as while also looking into other things that we need to do in the market.
Yep.
All right. We get up, convene.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming
I'll let everybody else know about the job.
Right, so I I guess we can. I mean, we're going to have to be in the market area regardless. So, what are our tasks? So, be in the market area patrolling for trouble. We also need to speak with this Balmorin, or Belmorin, regarding his speeder engines. And we need to...
Micro speeder engines.
Yes, micro speeder engines. And we need to do what else? If anything.
Do we need supplies?
I think we're good on supplies. Now. If we're not, we don't have a whole lot of credits to our name anyways.
Yeah.
True.
I can't think of anything specific we need supply-wise.
Just, yeah, if you see the Empire, keep tabs on what they're doing.
I mean, if you see the Empire,
Keep your head down, but also...
get the fuck away from them if possible.
Yeah, you too.
Alright. Shall we head to the marketplace and resume our roles as guards?
Yeah.
Do we get, like, badges or official honor?
I don't
Nice
think
way.
so.
Magnet.
So Praz leads you to the sort of a government building within the market. Upper, again, the market's divided into upper and lower, seedy underbelly, officially top part. Where you do meet with the head guard. Ah, so you're the off-worlders I'm supposed to be helping out.
I mean, I'm from
thumb
here,
at-
but
I
they're
thumb at
off-world.
Praz.
You're their commander or whatever?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Cool.
Yep, he's
All right.
the boss.
So, the suits, stupid stormtroopers are in the area. They're not officially allowed to do much, but they hang around and stomp fancy like. And we need to make sure that no one decides to start punch ups in the middle of the street, because no one wants that. Your jobs are to listen, to interfere if someone's stealing something, to report back to me, or if you feel like it, take it on yourself if bigger stuff happens. We're beefing up the number of security so they don't have any excuse to come in as like, oh, there was no one around, so be around. Beyond that, I don't care where you are, I don't care what you do. And she'll toss each of you a small badge.
Even me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Boss, I don't know about you,
Deputized.
but I got a question.
Go ahead and ask.
I've done guard duty for a couple of different cities, and everyone handles it a different way. But with the fact that they're Imperials on planet currently, if we were to run across some sort of illicit trade deal that they would want to stick their nose into, do you want us to call you, or do we want to just like shuffle them off quiet like so they don't cause any trouble?
Doing it out in the open enough to get caught by you, shuffle them off or call me and I'll handle it with paperwork.
Okay, now I need to clarify. When we say shuffle them off, that can mean a lot of different things. There's a specific phrase that often uses shuffle off.
I mean, when you shuffle them
Look,
off, you get them out
I
of the
don't
way.
care.
Okay,
Independence and all that shit.
I just wanted to make sure.
We've got
All right.
corpses. We're not a corpse disposal unit. So I'm not helping you with that.
Who do we call if we do get some corpses? Just, theoretically.
Figure it out for yourselves.
All right, incinerator then. Sounds good to me,
I was
boss.
gonna say, throw them in somebody, throw them into somebody, the jet of somebody's, the jet intake of somebody's ship. Problem solved.
Sounds good to me, Hoss.
That is
So-
one way to handle it.
All right. So what are we allowed to do if the Empire is the one causing trouble?
Don't start nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's
If
the
they're
point. They start-
causing trouble, you can say, hey, we can take it from here. Hey, we're the officials on planet. We can handle this.
All right.
And if they don't back off, say something about how you want to speak to their commander. And, oh, you're in so much trouble. I'm an Imperial, blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
All right.
So you're saying don't shoot him.
Don't fucking shoot them, no.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's
Just
the
wanted,
whole-
just wanted to clarify. Just want to make sure we got everything. Just want to make sure we got all of our,
Is he always this dumb, or is he
Yeah,
playing?
he's the
T's
slowest of the
crossed and
bunch.
I's dots.
Normally takes him like an hour and a half just to get dressed.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know why you got to bring that up, Hoss.
All right. Well,
Be a general deception roll, then,
I mean, this is the
with
first
a
time.
boost die, because none of your allies are currently impeding you. So they're
Is
I was
this
gonna
with-
say-
Is this with standard 2 difficulty?
two difficulty.
Deception.
It is an opposed check though,
I'm gonna
because
spend a light side point. I really want this guy to think I'm just an idiot.
I'm debating whether or not Powder wants to do a medicine check on set and make sure he's okay, because he seems
Triumph!
awfully weird right now.
Wow, that was a poor roll.
uh, oh, well, it doesn't matter. That's
Minion.
at best not what you rolled. Fine, just don't cause any trouble.
All
nope,
right.
we're here to stop it.
And they sort of wave you off.
Yep.
Wander off into a less guards immediately right there section of the market.
Yeah, we'll head down to the lower market.
So I think we just discovered how we can get that engine off our friend's hands. Illegally trading goods, we confiscate them as part of our duty as guards.
Yeah. If he doesn't got the proper
Not wrong.
paperwork.
And as far as we've been informed, he is typically an illegal goods trader. You need to find him. I think we can probably leave finding him to Lux. The last time Praz and I tried to find somebody, Praz got
You're
stunned-
right,
got
you're
stunned
right.
into unconsciousness.
Yes. Yes.
What happened?
You are idiots. That's correct.
Last time we tried to find somebody, what happened to me?
You got stunned into unconsciousness.
Oh, because those guys wanted to pick a fight.
Yes.
Oh no. You wanted to pick a fight.
Nah, I wanted my credits back
Yes. And you picked a fight to do so.
with one guy.
And then
He's
got
too much of a
jumped
bitch
by-
to do it himself.
And this is why we're going to let Lux look
Fucking
for our
Zappa.
merchant, and you and I are going to be muscle on the street.
I'm fine with it. I was just saying. I just that.
Do not get into
particular
fights.
That's the
Well,
objective.
we're probably
here,
getting
Powder.
into fights, Powder.
I mean, the objective is to not get into fights, if we put it.
Let me restate. Do not start fights.
Yeah, no, we've been told that repeatedly.
Just waiting for, like, Powder, let me restate. Don't start, none won't be none.
No, only
Yeah.
Sen seems to get southern, alright?
That wasn't Southern.
No, like, only Sen changes personality when talking to certain people.
Well, that's because if you're looking for a Jedi, you're not looking for the idiot with the Southern accent.
So yeah, we'll start. Well, let us know when you find him, I guess, and we'll start our patrol. See if we can see what the
Yep.
Empire's up to.
All right. Well, be careful when you're poking around that one. I'm staying away from that one because I'm taking a different tack on it. But
I think
for
it,
God's sakes, just try to be careful.
I think it'll be best for us to just operate as normal for now, Praz. Like,
Yeah.
just
No,
be
I'm saying
guards,
if we happen to spot them. I'm not
Yeah.
saying we go directly to where they are.
you know,
What is normal?
right
that
now,
is
normal.
the
philosophical
opposite
question, Powder.
of all of us.
Right now, normal is patrolling the streets like marketplace guards until we hear from Lux. And then
Patrol.
we go and bust an illegal arms dealer or illegal merchandise dealer, and then take his illegal merchandise.
Okay.
Understood.
Are the three of you who are planning on patrolling together or each separately?
I'm going off on my own.
Oh yeah, us. Separately might be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Powder's going to try to keep them in sight as much as possible unless they go completely off. And then
Okay.
we'll probably kind of stay with Sen in sight,
Okay.
Yeah,
but not like close by or anything. But
So
you know.
I want Praz and Sen to each roll me a vigilance check, difficulty 2, and roll me a d100.
Vigilante. Why was
Dang.
that-
why was your
standard
difficulty upgraded?
Yeah. I don't know.
It should be
I'll do
standard. You shouldn't need an upgrade at this time.
Okay, let me
You still
let
rolled
me
really
re-roll
well.
that.
Yeah, but you need to re-roll it because
Yep. So
I'd
yeah,
let
now
you
it's
re-rolled it if it wasn't good.
2 successes and a threat.
2 successes
Okay.
and a threat. And then a D100.
Then roll a d100.
D100. Nope.
36. I find 36 misdemeanors.
72, exactly double
Mhm.
what Senstaku has rolled.
Praz finds 72 Imperial Stormtroopers.
It's not how random encounters work. And Powder, roll me a vigilance check as well, just as
Right.
you're following
Difficulty
them.
2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They don't
Oh.
fortunately end up too far from each other.
Failure and a threat.
But Powder, you're not seeing anything particularly interesting in terms of what you're patrolling for.
Okay.
Praz, you're
I have to
making
re-roll
some
again. I had an upgrade on the other
tight
side
circles. There's a few things you spot, but no one's like making off with anything or puts anything into their pockets in front of you. And any illicit deals that might be going on, at least for now, seem to be carried out under the table enough you can't be sure.
Okay.
And we'll get right back to Senstaku. Lux, you had a lot of things that were thrown at you. What are you gonna do?
I am going to go start looking for the underground market.
Okay.
I am not putting my badge out front and center
Yeah.
when I do so.
Obviously, yes.
Because A, I'm not dumb, and B, I don't have a death wish.
What about B and C?
I said B. I don't have a
I
death
thought you
wish.
said A, I'm not dumb, and D, I don't have a death wish.
No.
I was confused. What's between?
At least I didn't intend to, unless I somehow thought death wish and said D. But either way.
All right. Well, in that case, you sort of make your rounds.
Mm-hmm.
How are you approaching this? Are you sort of trying to socially ask your way around, or just see it?
I'm gonna start the. It's not the kind of thing you normally want to really ask around about, because then if you don't know, you shouldn't know. So I'm gonna try and seek out sort of the telltale signs.
Okay.
Is basically through observation.
You wander around
Right,
going.
that is
Spice,
also
spice,
going to be
spice,
vigilant.
Spice,
Do you spice? Do you spice?
You spice, spice,
Little spice?
spice, spice.
So what was it?
It's going to be a vigilance difficulty 3 because this is something that people are actively trying to
Shit.
conceal.
Great.
This is why I asked first how you're going to go about it.
Could I make a case for underworld knowledge?
You know what? You're looking for like signs and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
good.
still going to be difficulty 3.
That's fine.
But you can do an underworld knowledge check.
Because I have 1 green die of underworld. I have 2 yellows of. Or I have 1 green die of vigilance, 2 yellows of underworld. A success and 3 threat. I find it and then they kill me.
You do find it. But fortunately, it's easier to find places that are not always here because they need to advertise a little more.
Right.
Unfortunately, places that are not always here tend to be a little more suspicious of people who come from off-world looking for their store.
Of course.
Because,
Again, that's why I wasn't starting to ask questions.
Yep.
Hello, fellow children. How
Where
is
is the weeds?
Yes.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. So as you sort of mill your way up to the store, you find a slightly greasy, older human who seems to be running the place. Well, hello, dear. I am Belle. Nice looking for anything particular? Parts? Deals, trades?
Hi, I'm hoping that you can possibly help me. Point of order is that, do we have a visual representation of the person we're looking for?
No, but
I mean,
this
yes.
person did identify themselves by that name.
Yes.
I was. Didn't the Shaper refer to this person as a he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Not that that means anything, but.
Thank you.
Not that that means anything, but.
Yep.
Yes, he was the pronoun previously given in relation to this individual. And nothing about this person connotates that might not use he.
So, Lux puts on a very bright smile. Hi, you'll have to forgive me. I don't know a lot about what I'm going to be asking about. I'm asking some things for my employer. But he is so. I'm not really well, I don't even know the word. Mechanics. Big person. It's goes out of my head. But It had some some parts that they were looking for, and she starts. Oh shoot.
Well, if you tell me what it might be, I'm sure I can help you with more
it's
specifics.
a. That's the thing. Is they told it was an engine block. No. Engine. There was a J in it.
Well, if you're looking for a specific kind of engine, do you remember what sort of vehicle it would be for? Spaceship?
It was for a speeder. It's for a mini speeder. It's a little one.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
We do have some things for those engine parts, engine cores, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
also
something like that.
Guns,
I can't remember what
vehicles.
But it's something that one of his droids operates. You know what? Well, do you have things like that? Because if so, I can make. I feel so dumb. I left all that information. I thought I brought it with me, but I didn't. If you have it, that's great. I'm gonna go get the what's the word? Specs. That's the word that he kept saying. I'm gonna go get the specs, and bring it back, and maybe you can.
Of course, dear. Always happy to help.
You are a lifesaver. I will be back. As quick as I can. Excuse me, and turn and just bounce run off.
Okay. I do want you to make me a deception check.
All right.
Because this is not necessarily a negotiation at this time.
Right.
That's going to be difficulty of 2.
All right. Well, I'll flip another point because why not?
We don't have any more points to flip.
Yeah, we should. I
got 2.
I'm the only person that has flipped points so far.
No, I flipped points. I flipped the point. I forgot to hit the button, but I flipped the point earlier.
You know what? I'll flip a point so you can flip it back if you so desire.
Okay, there we go.
Upgrade both sides. I just forgot to hit the button.
No, I'll be upgrading my roll. You can upgrade yours.
Oh, so that I don't put an upgrade on my difficulty side then.
Yeah. At this time, I'm just gonna upgrade the NPC's roll.
Okay. So do.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's the thing that happened.
Well
when I was
then.
at home, I got 2 failures and
4 advantage.
You know, technically, I rolled that wrong, so I do have to change where
God.
Yeah, because that's a lot of
I was just about to get shot in the head as I ran away.
I mean, you may still get shot in the head.
Yeah.
No, you bounce away.
With a lot of advantages.
Yeah. Advantages can be spent for specific things if you so choose.
Also, playing dumb in a situation where they wouldn't send a dumb person might have raised some flags.
You would totally send a dumb person in that situation if they had the specs you needed, because you don't want to send somebody who knows exactly what's needed, because if they get caught, yeah.
But if you send a dumb person to an illegal buy, then they're more likely to attract the proper authorities because they're dumb.
What do you mean you won't sell me the disruptor rifle?
Right. Lux, you think you carried that off okay?
I haven't played dumb in a long time.
It's not the worst excuse you've ever given to get into a place, and not the weirdest one you've gotten in with.
Right. So I go back, find you guys. I found a friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's he at?
Back this way.
All right.
So I tell you what, he thinks that I'm running off to get the specifications of an engine something. So I will go in with a data pad that has all the information. You guys move in as authorities and make the arrest.
It's a good
Sound
thing
good?
I
Did
have-
you
yeah.
actually verify that the engine we're looking for is there?
Not yet. That's what the next part is.
Okay.
Do you have any binders on you, Sen?
Nope.
Okay, I'll give you one set of mine because I have 2 sets.
Okay.
So
Oh.
one of these is probably going to be used on you, just to sell it.
You mean Lux?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, not cuffs. I've never had those put on me before.
These aren't the fuzzy kind, Lux.
Okay, the fuzzy kind are for wimps.
Anyways,
I don't have
we'll,
a safe, folks.
we'll shadow you. We'll
Wow.
shadow you to this place.
Okay, can I just say that I can see Lux wearing a shirt that says "I don't have a safe word"? Just saying. We do not kink shame.
But please be safe.
Safe and legal.
Oh my
Safe
God.
and legal.
Unless you fuck Anvil.
Well, I mean, it's hard to be
Oh,
legal
God.
for lots of things because in Georgia the only legal position is missionary in your marriage bed. So we do it illegally all the time.
Okay. On that note. Wow.
So we shadow Lux back to this
Yep.
merchant.
We shadow
Yep.
Lux.
We are
A
a
safe-
motley looking
A
crew.
safe distance
So
away.
if the 3 are, just so I am absolutely clear on this, I'm sorry, are all 3 of you shadowing?
Sure.
It's not going to be challenging to follow Lux, given that she's not hiding from you, unless you would like to hide from them.
Nope.
But I am going to need you all to make me stealth checks, essentially just to not stand out too much or be too obviously trailing.
What difficulty?
That is going to be difficulty of 2.
Stealth.
Difficulty 2 stealth check. Roll. That's 2 failures.
I had 2 success and
I
2
gotta wash.
The
I'm blending with
droid,
the crowd.
silent as
The
the night.
droid is doing great.
Nobody pays
Presence in.
attention to the droids.
No one pays attention to the droid is correct.
Yep.
Okay. And that is that. Oh. Yep. That's. And I am going to flip a dark side point to you guys. Mostly just to make this interesting. But okay. So you're all making efforts to be stealthy.
I will.
Yeah, we're not following as a clumped up group. We're like, I'm over here, someone's over here, someone's like way back here. Just
Powder's essentially positioned themselves between the 2 of you, as I understand it.
Mhm.
And like before, you're trying to patrol separately while not wandering to entirely opposite sides of the market.
yeah.
All right. I am not being just wandering around, keeping an eye on.
Yep. And I.
All right. Oh, hello. Have you spoken to your employer?
Yes. So it is and I'm sorry, Jeremy now
J15.
gets to look at it. Thank you. J15. It is a it's for a micro speeder. Sorry, not mini speeder. I don't.
Fine, I had a feeling that might have been what you meant. We
Um,
don't really sell mini speeders, they're more of a child's toy.
Oh, that must be where I got the name from. Yeah, no, that's what he's looking for.
All right. Now, let's see. And he... stay out here with my assistant for a moment. I'll just check in the back, make sure we have what you're looking for.
Great. Wonderful. I look over at the assistant and immediately under idiot guys, or while still doing that, immediately size them up.
Okay. Is there any particular skill you'd like to use for sizing them up?
Cool, I suppose.
Discipline and cool are the two ones that would be most common in
Cool,
this case.
for sure.
Okay.
Meanwhile, outside on a solo channel just to Praz, want to go around back, or one of us round back, one of us round front?
Yeah, that's whenever you're trying to catch somebody, that's what you always do. I forget that you guys don't normally bounty hunt.
No, we don't. Do you want front or the back?
I'll take the back.
I mean, I did things similar to bounty hunting, but I'm figuring you guys have already circled around to the back.
Yeah, that's...
Okay. Powder, you probably notice Praz heading towards the back area. So you can make your choice of whether you want to stay equidistant or follow one of them.
I'm going to try to stay equidistant.
Okay.
Well, Lux, that was a good roll. You have now had the best roll of the night.
Right? That was 3 successes, a triumph, and a threat.
Yeah. Just let me know if there's anything specific you want to spend those on.
Basically, I'm trying to see, are they a physical threat, intentions. Basically, I'm trying to determine, once this person heads off, is this person, how dangerous is this person, and is this person there in order to kill me? Were they there before?
They are.
Okay,
yes.
they were there before.
You didn't necessarily pay too much attention to them because they're just standing in the side of the shop. And your general insight is they're there to shoot someone who walks off before paying.
Okay, that's fine.
Not necessarily a current threat to you. Her demeanor seems pretty calm, at least for now. Like, not necessarily looking away from you a whole lot, but not... Doesn't seem to have registered you as a threat.
Okay. I give them a completely guileless smile.
Yep.
I have no idea that they are the most that they're potentially going to try to kill me at some point.
You're not a Street Fighter character, so I think you succeed with the guileless smile.
That was a stretch for a pun.
Yeah, I love
There's
that.
no such thing as a stretch for a pun.
That was
yes,
a
there is,
super
and that
stretch.
was one. So, moving back to the other half of this party that's making their way stealthily.
I'm stealthy like a motherfucker.
And
you had 2 successes. Don't get too excited there, Chief.
Right, that's more than both of us.
It is.
yeah.
They rolled 5 successes on their perceptions.
Praz, you're angling around back as Sen's headed for the front. Powder staying between. Lux, after about half a minute of of waiting, your sales merchant comes back out with a box. You can't currently see inside of it.
Okay.
Now, this is the part you're looking for. It's a bit rare.
Does it look like the appropriate size?
It looks a little bigger than you were expecting, but not by too much.
Okay.
It's a bit rare and it has to be packaged rather carefully. But this is the part you're looking for. He sort of opens up the box. And inside you can see what sort of the whirring, glowing energy. That's basically any this sized energy core.
Okay. So it looks legit at the very least.
It looks legit. You could roll me a mechanics check to see if you identify it specifically, but it would be challenging given your background.
I mean, I'll give it a shot because you never know.
Okay. Difficulty 3, and just because you guys are walking into danger, I'm going to use a dark side point on this.
All right. Well, I'll use a light side point. So how's that?
Trying to give them back to you. But that's fine.
You did. You gave it back, and then I used it.
And
John's just happy because he doesn't have to change the overlay.
You giveth and we taketh away.
3 success and 2 triumph.
Or, sorry, two threats.
You're
sorry.
almost certain that this is accurate.
Okay.
Like, you have never actually used or seen one of these, but it matches very closely with what you'd expect.
Okay.
It's just that you don't have a ton of personal experience, but as far as you can tell, exactly what you'd want out of this.
She just lets her eyes go wide and goes, "Ooh, that's pretty looking."
And he closes the box back up. Indeed, and a little on the expensive side. If you're
right,
I'm sure.
Course. So how much are we talking about here?
It's about, and at that point, his guard sort of taps the side of the table a few times. Looks over. Dearie, why don't you step inside with us for a little bit? Just don't worry about it. Nothing particular.
Is everything okay?
Oh, I'm sure it will be quite shortly, but I would never want a customer to get involved in anything unsavory.
Right. Okay.
And sort of beckons you into the back, also picking up that small box.
Yeah, I go.
We can continue to discuss inside, I'm sure.
Okay.
And heads on back. You gonna follow him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is
where I die.
I see this ending badly.
Outside, Sen, you notice this individual, and you notice that happen. Lux sort of head inside.
Just on the comm to Praz. They're going into the building.
Yeah.
That's just a Praz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit.
We didn't actually set up like a come get me code phrase, did we?
No, because one of us is a bounty hunter, and I assumed that you guys would be like, all right, she's looking over the thing. Everything looks legit.
So are we supposed to go in like now or later?
Yeah.
I'm going to die, and you guys are going to be like, should we go in?
How do we just like...
I'm going to come back up front. We're going to do a
bust in
random
and
inspection.
Go police or what?
Yeah. No, we're going to say we're doing a random inspection. We got badges. We got a reason to.
And at that point,
okay.
Sensaku.
Yep.
You feel the butt of a blaster up against your back.
I got a random inspection for you, I say to Praz as I draw my blaster using my quick draw feature and fire with the stun setting on behind me.
Okay.
Do I see this?
You do not necessarily get the initiative on that because you were caught unaware, but we can have a roll.
I was just hoping that my quick draw would let me get it out and firing fast enough as a fast enough reaction.
Your quick draw is allowing you to make this roll. However, this person was prepared and had come up on you and basically didn't let you know that they were there until they were ready.
Yep, that works.
So it's going to essentially be a roll-off. This is your unprepared, which is vigilance.
Okay.
Against their...
just an initiative roll, basically, right?
Yes, essentially we're both rolling initiative.
So I'll just go ahead and use the initiative roll then, I guess.
Initiative roll would be the accurate thing to be rolling.
So that's 2-1. Actually, technically that's 3-1 because triumph counts as both, I think. Yeah.
That is upgraded. I'm gonna give you another dark side point or light side point.
Oops, 3-2. Hopefully they don't beat a 3-1.
Do I see all this happening?
This is all happening in an instant.
Yeah, this is immediately happening. But you do manage to pull your blaster out and essentially get your shot off first.
Yay. So let me go ahead and make that attack.
Okay.
Short range makes it 2 difficulty, I think. Or actually, we're engaged technically.
You are technically at engaged range.
Which I don't know what the difficulty on engaged rate. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. I think it's 2 because short range is 1. I think short range is 1, engaged is 2.
I'm looking it up right now. Engaged is 1.
Oh, engaged is 1? Okay, well.
Yeah.
Difficulty 1 then.
Plus modifiers depending on weapons used.
Alright. Difficulty
yeah,
1.
I believe you have an extra difficulty for using a
I thought engaged made the gun more
difficult.
Yeah,
engaged with ranged light is 2 difficulty. Engaged with ranged heavy is 3 difficulty.
It is a ranged light. So 2 difficulty. That's why I thought it was 2. All right.
Yep.
And it is on stun setting currently. 1 success, which makes it 9 damage.
Okay.
9 stun.
Right, and their shot is also going to go off. Because not expecting you to shoot the person, but I guess that's how you answer all problems.
I mean, they put a gun in my back. Put a gun in my back and I'm Han Solo. I shoot first.
You are not Han Solo.
I shoot first.
Oh, man.
The stupid... There are too many things on the character sheets.
This is when I die. Because little did I know that he actually had like a disintegrator rifle on my back.
Not quite.
Just fucking lanced all the way through. And you gotta look down, there's a hole.
It's just like Evangelion, basically. There's just like the bright light and like the lens flare and the energy beam going through. It like hits the building collapses. Yeah.
That'll hit.
And that is not on stun.
It is. I just didn't add all of the things to.
Oh, that's 11 stun.
Yes, it is.
I soak 5 of it.
Okay.
So I only take 6 stun damage. is only half of my stun threshold.
So you.
So, question.
Yep.
Do we hear blasters going off inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
As I say, I was between the two of them, keeping an eye. So do I notice this?
Yes. At this point, everyone has noticed this.
So
There's a muscle guy clutching his side.
Well, then I'm heading over there.
I wouldn't use muscle guy to describe Sen. No, I'm just kidding.
The other guy, but also Sen.
Yeah.
when the blasters goes off, squeaks and jumps behind Bell,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to hide behind him, but using that as an excuse to be behind him.
I would like to spin around and fire a second time.
Okay.
I would like to round the corner to see what the fuck just went. What shit hit the fan?
Okay.
And I am heading over because
Most
now
people,
Sen is
when they
hurt.
put a blaster to you back, are not expecting you to go turn around and shoot them.
No, they're not.
Most people don't accidentally stumble upon a Jedi in hiding.
That is true. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Same difficulty. Firing gun. Wow, that's a wash.
Wow.
Does not
Wait,
hit.
hang on. Is that?
No, that's not a wash. You didn't get impaled.
Oh.
No, that is right.
Oh,
That is
Jeremy.
That's a proper pun.
That is correct.
Jeremy, how dare you?
I mean, he is the pilot.
How
I believe
I-
on the wind.
I am a pilot.
motherfuckers.
I am a pilot. Nope, that's correct. Yep, nope, that's a wash. That's the worst time to wash.
And, firing again. Because that hurt.
Is the
You know what?
intention.
Fuck it. Another dark side point.
Ah.
Because I'm.
Hey, we now have 3 lights.
He's very upset and very injured.
But he misses.
But he also misses.
Ah, oh god.
Now we've sort of
We both
backed
really
away
hurt
from
each other.
I would like to fire again unless somebody else is entering the initiative now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And you know what? At this point, it's just gonna. Well, here's the thing about Star Wars Initiative. Given that you have one opponent at this point, aside from Lux's sort of separate, more social encounter,
For the moment.
all 3 of you essentially have turns, but you get to decide what order they are in.
Yeah.
But once 3 of you have gone,
Okay.
they get to go again.
Yeah.
So I would like to make the argument for me shooting him again. Are there
Well,
any counter arguments?
My understanding is that Powder and Praz were both hoping to get near this.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
And I would have been closer
Yeah.
than Praz, because Praz
Yeah.
was heading
Uh-huh.
around the building, and I was only
Powder,
halfway around.
like Praz, it's essentially going to take your whole action. Powder, it's just going to take your movement, your mind.
I just want to see who's shooting.
Then to get to the point where it's shooting, you would still have to take your turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Praz and Powder run up.
Yep. Powder, you see, he's got a standard face mask, but seems to be some sort of security guy. Very injured, probably shot by Sen. Sen also pretty injured.
Can I do a medicine check to see which one seems more
Probably shot
injured?
by this guy.
Medicine check, difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1. Medicine.
Yes, sir.
Oh, really?
That's a lot of
That
advantages.
is a
though.
failure and Thor advantage?
It is very challenging to tell who's taken more damage. However, in terms of total health, with that many advantages, the opponent is much closer to dying.
Okay.
It's stun damage.
Yes, sleeping, dying, being out of the fight. But they both look pretty rough.
Okay.
So you still have your major action if you'd like to intervene.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Try to
what
heal
can
him. I'm going to shoot you too.
That is up to Powder, not you.
I know. I'm predicting the future is what I'm doing.
Well, at this point, I'm assuming I'd probably be closer to Sen.
Given that they're in melee with each other, you're basically equidistant from them.
I would probably try to help Sen first.
Okay. Make me applicable medicine roll and let me know what you're using.
All right.
I have
Which
no
means-
I have no wounds. I only have strength.
Yep.
Oh, well, then there's not a whole
Been shooting
hell of a
each
lot
other
of-
with stun stuff, so yes.
Then there's not really anything I can do. I don't have anything for strain. I literally don't have anything for strain.
All right.
I mean, not much force strain, other than
Yeah.
There's like
Resting.
Resting in like a stim pack. I think.
Yeah.
No, stim packs
Impacts heal wounds.
do not help with strain at all. They only
Really?
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
We've-
weird.
we've had this conversation.
Yeah. When we healed Dorian.
Yep.
Dorian.
Dorian, yep. They only do wounds. So I don't have anything. I literally don't have anything that can help with strain at all. Well then.
So has strain. For minions, it's slightly different.
For minions, it's the same thing, so
Yeah.
you could technically heal him.
Don't heal.
Basically,
them.
the fact you're doing strain damage allows you to say non-lethal if you want to.
Yeah.
With the minion.
I think I'm actually just going to, instead of like trying to actively heal anyone, I'm just going to try to get in between them and stop them. Because that's all I can really do.
I'm
with
not
this
going to
thing.
make you make a roll for that, but Powder uses their action to physically impose between the two of you.
Yeah.
Which is going to make shooting each other much harder. Because fairly large medical droid in the way.
And I am facing the other guy. So my back is
Okay.
to Sen.
Powder, or Praz.
He's moving up. Like you said.
Yeah, I'm still. Who's shooting? I can see Sen
Seems
shooting
like
now.
Sen and this other guy.
Does the other guy look like the upper? Does he look like additional, like hired like we were, or is he actually part of the colony's security force? Can I tell that from here? Does he have a
From
badge?
here, you're not sure. You don't see a badge, but then again, you don't see a badge on Sen either at this point.
Any
Powder's badge
markings?
is showing.
Yeah, Powder's probably is. It's mostly distance and confusion because many other people are currently scattering.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I can use a strain to move more, right?
Yep.
Spend one strain.
Well, yes.
So I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll expend one more strain to get a little bit closer, see if he's got any identifying marks on his clothing or armor that would. And I'm gonna have my carbine up and yelling, "Colonial security! Put your hands up!" Because my badge is also showing.
My badge is on. It's just that my back's
Yeah.
to you right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be yelling for him to drop his weapon.
I'm going to be making him drop his weapon. I would like to use my movement to move back and around
Okay.
to get at short distance rather than engaged. And
All
then
right.
from the side, fire at him.
Okay.
Toss my difficulty down. to
Powder,
1.
you see Sen sort of move away from you, and after establishing that sort of protection from not having you in the way and having a little more distance.
Circle strafe.
Go ahead, fire.
Pew. What?
Mm.
What?
Welcome to combat in any game. Fuck.
What?
Wow.
3
Failure and
advantage
three
and 1 failure.
Wow.
Ah.
Well, since you moved, this guy can use his maneuver to aim.
I would like to spend a light side to impose a upgrade on the difficulty of his attack.
Okay.
Remember to hit the button this time. I should have spent a light side to upgrade the efficiency of my attack, but
Mm-hmm.
Details.
I thought 3 green to 1 purple, I'd have a chance of shooting him. Silly me.
Apparently not.
At short range, he is also at 1 difficulty. Because blaster carbines are nasty, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got one.
Ah!
But he also fails.
Best combat ever.
I'm at that ducking and dodging stage now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of you fire off at each other again, neither of you quite making contact. Transitioning back quickly to Lux, where you're hanging out with the main bodyguard.
More gunshots. I do that when you're really freaked out. You grab someone to. I am literally hugging Belle from behind, and in the meantime, I am going to try and use ostensibly what she's intending to do. This is another one of those. What she's intending to do is sort of focus the guard's attention elsewhere.
Okay.
By which I would like to use influence to spend a. I'm sorry. I'm still not sure exactly how this stuff works, but may spend dark side points or either side to stress the mind of one living target he is engaged with, inflicting 1 strain.
So with the force power, if it's an active force power on the right hand side of it, there will be a. I mean, even if it's not active, if there's a power on the right hand side of it, there'll be a little dice roll thing button for the force power in your force power section. You click that, and it'll roll a force die for you. If it's the correct color for your alignment. Which I don't know how you've picked your alignment because you're not.
I really haven't.
Light or dark side yet.
What we said was your alignment is currently light, as that is typically the default.
I mean, this is gonna feel more. I feel like this is gonna be more dark because this is
as long as you tell me before you roll, that is fine.
So this is why this is a specific rule with influence. When guiding and shaping thoughts, only light side generated points can generate positive emotions.
Okay.
Only dark side can be used to generate negative emotions. Now, I kind of feel like both could conceivably work in this situation.
What happens is if you have the wrong color, you
Okay.
take strain.
You will still have to incur. I know it's a little confusing, but basically your alignment determines which one doesn't hurt you to use.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So a dark side would still require you to
Cause
spend strain,
problems, then, yeah.
but it would impact how the ability activates as well.
So I got a failure, 2 threats, and 2 light side points.
I don't.
In this case, are light sides standing in for successes?
I don't know if that roll requires any. You had 2 difficulty in that roll doesn't have a difficulty assigned to it.
Oh.
You know, in that
because
case,
I
I'm
didn't
just
take
gonna
the
take
difficulty,
take the 2 light sides.
Yeah. That's just you spend light side to do it, basically. So you have 2 light side points that you can spend. However, influence lets you spend light side points.
Yeah.
Peace, tranquility, and friendly. So
you want this person to view you essentially as a friendly.
Yes, which is inflicting 2 strain on them, I guess.
Sure. Fair enough. Okay. That works.
I'll double check the power real quick, but that
fucking
sounds
influence.
We're just gonna wing it for now. We can clarify the power after session.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, she's looking to sort of intervene as you are kind of glomping her boss.
That's fine.
But you sort of like cast her a look and like wave your hand in the way you're supposed to wave your hand, right? And she seems to turn around, becoming more focused on the blaster noises.
Cool.
However, he is kind of gently shoving you off. Don't worry, dear. This is out of thing already.
I am locked on like a goddamn starfish to a rock.
And he has no physical strength, so he's just like.
That's when you raise the arms and squeeze tighter.
I feel like at some point, hopefully you guys are going to get in here at some point. So then I can pull out the blaster and say, look, bitch.
I am done playing with this individual.
Don't forget, he probably knows because you flunked that deception check.
I don't know that, though. That is how I am playing this.
Right.
That's very fair. Yes, as you guys continue to speculate about the future, we're going to move back around to his turn out there.
Oh, he just went.
He just shot.
Yeah, he just missed. Which makes it again.
So that's back to PC turns. Whichever order you'd like those to go in.
I would like to take the first slot if
Well, he didn't drop his weapon like I told him to, so I was aiming at him to take him down if he didn't. So, I mean, I was waiting for him to drop it, and since he didn't, since you just shot,
I mean, if you want to take take the first slot. Maybe you'll have a better roll than I will.
So, what range is he?
From you, medium at this point.
I think it's 2.
What? 2 difficulty?
Yep.
Okay. Blam. Nothing but advantages. 5 advantages.
Wow.
It's on the stun setting.
Yeah.
You can crit.
I know you can spend advantages, but typically not when you don't.
No, if you don't, you have to hit.
I'm just clarifying. Advantages aren't entirely useless, just when you don't have any successes.
So I would like to.
Oh wait, I didn't have an aim for a boost die.
Okay, re-roll.
Yeah, you get a boost die when you're.
Roll better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ranged heavy plus 1B. Bam.
The dice in this system are very weird. That is
Okay, that'll
Much
hit.
better.
How much
3
damage does
successes.
that do? Because I'm not
that
seeing.
is
It's stun,
that's 11.
but it's-
That is 4. That is 12 stun damage.
Holy
And-
shit.
No, you don't have enough to crit because you only have 2.
wow.
A triumph. Let me see.
Oh no.
Isn't it successes that go into your crit, whether you crit or not?
No,
Oh,
advantages.
I can
do.
use a.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no,
You
I have
spend-
to use 2 triumphs to do that.
Yeah,
Damn it!
you spend
Successes, damage, advantages.
Got it.
Wait, where do you find where do you have where you can what you can spend
So it's all in the
advantages
book.
on?
But it's
Yeah, but,
also in that cheat sheet that I sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Last two, or there are 3 or 4 pages dedicated to all
and
of
in
the
the case
different.
of and in the case of weaponry, their critical rating is the number of advantages you can spend to inflict a critical wound on a target.
Can I use my triumph? I don't want to destroy his blaster, but I do want to shoot it out of his hand. And it says I can do something vital, such as shooting the controls to a nearby blast door to seal them shut.
That works.
Okay, yeah.
You plink his weapon out of his hand and also deal the 1 more strain damage he needed to fall unconscious.
Nice.
I think
There's quite a lot of commotion around you guys right now. Most people are leaving, but there's also sort of like get the real guard. What the hell is wrong with these people? Stuff
We
like
are
that.
the real guard.
Can I now that I've looked up what I can actually do to help with strain, because finding the right page in a PDF on a book is kind of hard. Can I do a medicine roll to see if I can help Sen strain damage?
It is worth noting that the other person is definitely more injured at this point. But yes.
Yes,
you
but they are
can-
unconscious, not dead.
At this time, yes.
So I'm going for Sen first.
Mhm.
Because Sen is still conscious
and hurting.
and hurting. Unconscious means you're not feeling pain.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
you can make the roll.
What would the difficulty on that be?
Difficulty would currently be
I'm at half of my strain threshold, which I think
Yeah.
determines. Which
the
I think determines
difficulty of 2, I'm going to say at this point.
All right. And
Given
can I
it's
use
not an unusual injury.
can I use a light side to give myself an upgrade?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna do that. Give me that's upgrade on the left side of the thingadoo and medicine. Well, you get with 2 successes and an advantage. If you had any wounds, you would apparently heal 2 wounds and 1 strain.
Oh,
Do you have any wounds at all?
I have no
or
wounds
is
at
it
all.
just
Nope.
strain?
I do, however,
Okay.
have strain, so I'm
Okay,
now at
then
less
yeah.
than half strain.
So you heal a strain.
Okay.
Thank you, Powder. I'd say patting Powder on the shoulder. Praz, go on towards the building. I'll bring this guy along.
Well, yeah, I'll turn around if he's got it, and I'll start heading into the building.
Okay.
I will sort of tenderly.
Notify the captain. Let him know
yeah.
that somebody shot at us.
I will hit the comm link. Do I actually have his?
He gave it to us so
Did he?
that we
Okay.
could contact him if anything happened.
Yeah, so, what was the captain's name?
He didn't give us one. It was just
Guard captain, is that you on this channel?
What the fuck do you want? I'm dealing with some Nimrods in the lower city.
Yeah, well, we just sort of got attacked by a dude came up behind, stuck me up with a gun. We took care of him, but we're just reporting it in to you. What do you want us to do with the unconscious dude?
Some guy tried to steal your lunch money. Just bring him by the jail. We'll lock him up and give him a kick in the ass.
I mean, more shooting than stealing, but all right, we'll take him.
Don't do anything stupid.
I mean, he's already unconscious.
All right.
I'm dragging.
And all Lux, that it's your call, but the rest of you definitely heard that.
Heard
Exchange.
the police
The
exchange?
police
Okay.
scare. I don't know if you've got it running right now, given your.
No, I would imagine I would not have
Yeah.
obvious.
Like I said, it's your call.
No.
But
Praz and Powder heard it.
Yeah.
Raz and
Yes.
Powder both heard this exchange.
I will drag the unconscious person over in the direction that we're about to probably have a couple more unconscious people, or at least
I'll
arrested people.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, if when I see that you're still hurt, can I
Yeah.
do another medicine thingy?
You can't just do medicine checks until it works. Unfortunately,
No, it worked, but I'm seeing that he's still hurt.
I'll say you can make one more check at this time, and then you can't just continually make the checks.
That's fine.
So yeah, make me a check. This one's going to be difficulty 3, as you've been doing it already, and I'm gonna spend a dark side point on that because you guys are still could probably use those points.
Raid the
So
difficulty.
while heading to the building,
So
and
that
he says,
upgrades on the
Upgrade
right hand
to
side, and medicine. 4 successes, so you don't get any strain because I didn't get any advantages. All
so
right.
while I'm
Slap
heading
the
back
needle
to the
away.
building,
Stop it.
and he says over the fucking comms that dealing with some Nimrods in the lower market. I'm gonna turn real quick, say, make sure that guy wasn't a fucking guard, and and start heading.
I check and see if this guy was a guard.
You don't find any guard badge on this dude that you knocked unconscious.
No badge. Also, he didn't call out and say, drop your weapon. He just sort of put a gun in my back. Feel like that's not very guard-like behavior.
You're
I'm
not from
gonna
around
take his.
here.
I'm gonna take his carbine though,
Okay.
and sling it on my back.
Can I try and pick him up? I don't know if I'd be able to.
I mean,
Sure. Either of you can pick him up.
I'm already.
Powder. What's your strength? I
Is that brawn?
Yeah, Braun.
1.
It'll be more difficult for you than it would be for someone else, but you essentially know the correct position to carry a person who's injured if you want to. But Sen's already carrying this person, so it's
Alright, if Sen's already got him, then I'm fine with it.
all right. Yeah. Sorry,
No, that's fine.
in the future I'll make sure it's not a whoever asked first situation.
That's fine.
Okay. So Lux, you're inside as
Yep. What
Now we-
else is going on inside currently?
currently. My dear, just calm down. I know it can make less experienced skittish, but that nothing is wrong and it's not our dealings.
Are you sure that sounded really, really close?
About to be closer.
I'm basically just trying to stall for time until at least they can distract the woman with the big gun.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded. I'm maybe I don't know. Is there somewhere we can hide? That sounds like it's. I just.
Don't worry about it too much. Now, dear, why don't you just calm down? And at this point, you do notice he's pulled out a small weapon. to aim
Okay.
at you.
I am latched onto his back. So it might be kind of hard to aim that. That was another reason why I'm latched onto his back.
He's not aiming it at you, more putting the tip of his molecular stiletto in your face.
Okay.
Darling, back off. Quite sweet, and I don't mind some level of in my customer base, but not interested in the excuses at the moment.
Mental note, and this is out loud. Mental note. Work on dumb guys more. How close is it to my face at the moment?
About an inch away.
Okay.
At this point, you do notice the woman with the larger gun, the bodyguard, does quickly just say something on her comm.
Do we hear it?
It's a little too soft for you to hear from sort of behind the other guy, but
Okay, that's fine.
Do I hear anything out of this guy's helmet or earpiece?
nope.
Okay.
I tell you what. You get that out of my face, I'll let you go, and we both walk away from at least this particular moment unharmed.
No. Slide his weapon back away.
Okay.
Well, I am, of course, a merchant first and foremost, and I'm quite happy to continue our transaction.
There is a moment where I briefly consider a German suplex. Because he was dumb enough to put his weapon away.
Take him to Suplex City.
Then you remember that his bodyguard has a larger gun.
I don't want to actively kill him. Oh, that's fine. I would have just then thrown his body at the guard.
Also, in about 5 seconds, a boot's going to be coming through that door.
This is Star Wars. You do arrive at the door at this point. It's a blast shielded door because all doors are blast shielded doors. So your boot's not going to make much of a dent.
So I let go.
Yeah, not his boot, mine.
Carefully move my hands away. Take one step back and put hands up.
Okay. He sort of resituates himself.
I'm going to reach for something. It is not a weapon.
All right.
Go down. And I'm going for the badge.
Okay. You do notice his person has his agent, his bodyguard, has her gun at the ready, not
That's fine.
currently aimed.
Oh no, someone is potentially pointing a gun at me. Oh no. So, we had a tip. I do have to point out right now that I am not the only person here. So, if you kill me, you're only going to make things worse. We've already seen what you have. Open the door, and we can have a conversation. And I would imagine that this will turn out, at the very least, not particularly negatively for all involved.
So do you show the badge at this point?
Yes, I have shown the badge.
Just clear. Now. Do you really think I'm going to cooperate with the Empire just because they snuck a few badges out of our own local law enforcement? I do recognize you, dear. I'm quite well connected, you see.
Internal thought. Clearly not that well connected if you think I'm still with the Empire, dumbass. That's an inside thought. Well, at that point, she just smiled. She goes, well, if you recognize me, you know what I have authority to do and what not. Well, let's not even get into what I'm not allowed to do because that's not much.
I hope we're able to communicate that we're Empire now when the door opens. Because that's going to be awkward.
Oh no.
So
No, it's not going to be awkward at all. So a couple of ground rules, because I had already planned for that. A couple of ground rules before we open the door. I'm here operating in a, shall we say, subtle capacity. The idiots outside the door aren't aware. This is going to go very simply. Your activities, which we don't care about, won't make it to those in charge around here. There's probably going to be a bit of confiscation. It's fine. I'm going to. These are not the most morally outstanding folks, so I'm sure there can be a little bit of a negotiation. Once this is all handled, you'll never see them again. I'll be on my way because I'll have the information and what I need. And you can continue doing what you want in this little hole of the galaxy, never looking back on this day like a bad dream. How does that sound?
Well, here's my counteroffer. I am fairly certain, given your extensive resume, that there's any number of individuals that might be curious to get a hand on all the information you might have come across through your professional career, and whether or not they're aware of it, your little pet projects, whatever you might call them, may also have tidbits that would be very marketable.
Okay.
Which might actually end up convenient for you, as I might just happen to hand you over to people that you'd have an interest in finding out more about before your inevitable escape. Not at all by my hand, of course. How's that for a deal?
I feel like I lost something there. Sorry. This is me.
Oh, okay.
Not Lutz. I'm sorry.
Essentially, he's saying, surrender to me and I'll send you to the rebellion so they can interrogate you, but you'll get info out of that. But in a really creepy voice, because I like creepy voices.
Right. No, yeah.
And then somehow
It's a
facilitate
good creepy
escape.
voice.
And meanwhile, outside, Praz is like, fucking blast
Yeah,
door.
I've banged on the door. I've been like,
Yep.
It's like, well, I can get through it, but it'll kind of be very obvious.
Yeah, you guys can hear the banging on the blast door.
There's
Um,
And me yelling, I'm losing my patience.
There's
the other
only
side.
one small issue with that. I no, absolutely not. I appreciate your the way your devious mind works, but there is no amount of information that's going to be worth what the rebellion would probably do to me. I like my body the way it is. So I appreciate your counteroffer. The way I see it, though, is that we can either take my deal or we can wait until they actually get through that door and I don't speak up before they shoot you both down. I'm sure they have reinforcements on the way, too.
you. I say, I've been impressed by your resume, so. I see no problem with just continue. No, I think that. And we're gonna segue over to the others at this point as they
Yep.
sort of debate about whether they're gonna go around back and who's carrying a body.
Like,
Well, I need to
Um,
prop him up.
I put the body down after I confiscated all of its weapons. Does it have like a key or a data pad or anything that might open this door?
No, it doesn't. But you see, like a short, young Zabrak woman, sort of running up. Hey, what are you doing in my shop?
Hold up, badge.
As
He
I
looks
stick
at
the
you.
guy with the stim pack to make sure we didn't accidentally kill him.
Yeah, that's not an excuse to try and bust down my door, guys. What do you need? Sales records?
You open this door? No, there's somebody in there that has taken one of our companions hostage. Also, tried to
Do
shoot
you
us.
know anything about local law?
It's been a while since I've been here.
Private residences can't be raided by the. You
Yeah,
don't
but-
have the authority to do this.
Is a man named Belmorin one of your associates?
Not really. No, it's.
He's
my
inside
shop.
your shop right now with at least one other person.
Look,
And he's
unless I
locked
call
himself
the
inside.
cops, which, by the way, I just did.
Which we are.
Well, that's cute that you're also the cops, but you probably have friends or superiors that are going to tell you this is bullshit. What the hell?
We were shot at and we dealt with it. Now one of our
So
companions
you're going
is
after
locked.
my shop because.
Not going after your shop. Going
Yeah, we're
Your
not going after your
shop?
shop. No, we're
Because-
not going after your shop.
I'm sorry, I'm not a
medicine.
medicine. I don't deal in medicine. There's a guy 2 streets down. If you need like
I deal in
medicinal
medicine.
ups, I guess. But
No,
he's gonna
no,
make you
okay.
purchase like a
Listen.
legit person.
Your shop
Pow-
is just
Powder-
where they are. We need
Powder
to get
brings
into
up
it
the
because
needle.
one of-
And says, I deal in medicine. Please open the door.
we
Before
have-
I drug you.
we have another. There's another guard that was sent here to patrol that's been taken hostage inside your shop. We just need you to open the door. We're not going to do anything to your shop. We didn't even know it was your shop. We figured it was his, and he took shelter when somebody started shooting at us. They're 2 completely unrelated events.
Can I
As
tell
far
if
as
this
we-
person is full of shit?
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
can
trying
make
to
a
do.
roll, definitely.
That would be a roll I would like to make to see if this person is absolutely full of shit.
I mean, I feel like that's a good guess.
It's a pretty good guess, yeah. Especially considering that they're actively misunderstanding what we're saying.
Yeah. What
Okay,
kind
you
of
can
roll?
absolutely make the roll. I am upgrading my roll.
What role am I making?
I think
That's gonna probably be cool or
it's
discipline.
either cool or
Discipline?
discipline.
It's gonna be discipline in this case.
I'm going to spend a light side to upgrade my role.
because you're specifically trying to sort the bullshit from not the bullshit.
Yeah, as I'm explaining this to her, I'm giving her the look like, "Are you really that fucking dumb?"
Because I'm about to drop another person if they are.
God.
So difficulty standard, difficulty 2, upgrading because I spent a light side.
Yeah,
Oh wait, hang on, I already.
that was mine.
Oh, you also spent a light side. We both spent a light
Yeah.
side.
Okay.
I got 2 successes.
And Powder's
on
just
it,
trying to look intimidating with a needle in the air.
Okay.
I'm just like, Jesus, what the fuck is taking them so long? I can't keep talking forever,
A
asshole.
success and a triumph.
All right. So with essentially a competitive wash with 1 advantage and 1 threat from each of you to their standard. About it being their shop, maybe not. It's a little hard to tell. But like Praz, you are thinking and being like, I am not really sure if the police are allowed to raid stores.
I'm not trying to raid the store. I'm just trying to get the door open so we can save the other guard.
What she's saying about the law is probably true.
Yeah,
You're not sure about the other stuff.
yeah, it's been a while.
That's
I'm
why
trying
you
to figure out what I can do.
Well, so look, if you open the
Would
door,
you like to make a check for intimidation, Powder?
Yes.
Okay.
like
Intimidating. Look, we're gonna let Powder.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything.
What would that be?
Coercion.
Coercion.
And that's going to be at difficulty 3, just standard.
Zabrak are all about coercion.
Difficulty 3, I have no ranks in coercion. Let's see how badly this goes. 3 failures and an advantage.
Powder, you're trying to look intimidating, but you kind of look like cats when they put their fur up. So
I'm a medical
Just
droid.
about
I'm
as-
not a security droid.
like- you're not really a security droid.
Yeah, you look like you were stating a fact more than trying to be intimidating. I deal in medicine. Looked more
I
like
deal in
I deal in
medicine.
medicine.
This is a reason to open the door.
I was like, look, we need to go in there and pull 3 people out. You open the door, we get them out, we're out of your hair. All right? It's that easy. Otherwise, we stand here arguing until either our friend in there gets
Look,
shot.
I'll go
or
in if there's a guard in there, whatever, I'll make sure they leave. But I am not giving you permission to enter my store.
We also need the other 2 people that are in there, not just the guard.
Well, then come back with actual paperwork, not just a badge.
It's paper.
I'm not going to give up my independence just because some little shits decided that they wanted to
So-
screw around and thought that our planet was a good place to do it.
So you'd rather just let people hijack your store? That doesn't make sense. What if they just steal your
Yeah,
shit?
If
we're
they're
not trying to-
hijacking my store, I'll call the actual police and expect them to respond. Right now, I see a dumb fuck human, or whatever the hell you are.
Please, not human. Don't be insulting.
You're not welcome in my store, sir. And like she does slide the door open at this point. It's challenging to see inside, and there are internal doors. And
I look over at Praz and just silently point the gun towards her and shrug.
I do this.
Hold it back up.
So she opened the door.
she did, but she's heading on in. So if you want to do something right now, the door
Yeah, I'm
is
going inside
currently
with her.
but she's like, they just shut it behind her.
Yeah, I'll go in right behind her.
Okay. She puts a hand out as you, dude, I just said you're not welcome in my establishment.
Do we see the door open from the inside?
Unfortunately, you're sort of past the internal
Okay.
door.
Cool. No worries.
You can now hear this.
Okay.
So is it just the external door that's closed?
Like, we can't see further in, obviously, because they can't see.
You cannot see further in.
Yeah.
Well, like
was
I can't see the
clarifying
counter
Lux
or
to now
anything.
hear this conversation, and basically
that,
everyone in the room.
Does that draw Muscle's attention?
Yes, but the gun is
Or-
still unfortunately pointed in your general direction.
Okay.
It does seem like she's splitting her attention more now.
I'm
Okay.
pushing past her. I'm pushing past the chick that held up her hand.
Has bluster on.
I'm watching from
Okay,
outside.
that's gonna take a check. That's gonna be an opposed check because
Yeah,
Um,
athletics is all I do. uh,
okay, make your roll. Oh,
What
I have
difficulty?
to press the button for spending a dark side point.
what difficulty?
Difficulty standard of 2. It's an opposed check.
Athletics.
Fuck.
Yeah, that'll happen
Just-
when you let that rack roll.
I'm
Wow.
a
You
commando. All I
Shove
do.
her aside
No, I just
people at home.
push past. I just push
into
past.
the wall.
4 successes, 3 advantage. That's amazing.
That is enough successes that she does not get a chance to slam on the alarm.
So he just sort of bull rushes his
Yeah,
way
she
into
held
the
out her
room.
Yeah.
arm, and I just kind of walked
Hey,
past and bumped.
fucker,
shoulder.
what the hell?
I fucking
Um,
told you what was up, and just continue walking.
I stay out here with the unconscious guy.
And Lex, you're hearing this.
Powder is going to stand
Yeah,
in the doorway.
Like time's running out
keep the
rather
door from closing.
quickly. Let you take whatever you need. And just take my kickback for whatever I might slip up and say later. Deal?
Fine.
At
Works for me.
this point, he clicks his fingers and gestures to his guard, and they both leave.
Okay. Grab the.
They start leaving through the door and almost at the same time, Praz, you manage to enter. You do see the door further on from Lux closing.
Yes, I do a very visible and specific. So, to
Mhm.
Bell and his person, like different persona.
Yep.
Clear. I'm being somebody like it's fine. It's fine. This is all. It's all been worked out. There was a misunderstanding here. We're good.
These guys weren't trespassing.
I mean, if they were trespassing, that's between them and.
I'll turn
whoever
to look at the
owns
chick.
it.
I'll,
Well,
as
you're
I-
both fucking trespassing right now, so get the hell out of my store.
fine. Everything's all right.
Grabbing the goddamn.
Think you know where the door is. Don't think there isn't a report being filed on this.
And Powder is standing in the doorway.
A report? Is it a formal report?
Oh,
As I walk out the door.
I love the absolute
Is it
lack
going
of
on our-
fucks given by press.
Is it going on our permanent record?
Oh god.
Yeah. I
Praz makes a really good city guard.
step our door and walk out.
I'm sitting on an unconscious guy waiting.
If
And
we're done here, I'll pick the dude up.
Oh, that the owner.
Glass door slams behind you.
Okay, I almost hope that the owner gives me shit about walking out with the kitchen core because I really want to shoot someone in the face right now.
She doesn't seem to, but I want Luck specifically to roll me a perception check.
Oh, I swear to God, if they manage, oh,
Difficulty of 2.
God, there will be murder.
I mean, Bell
It
is
might
still
not be
within
for what you're
eyesight.
thinking.
Do we have any? Yeah. I'll flip a point because perception is not one of my best rolls.
We've been surrounded by Zabrak SWAT.
Successes, but an advantage.
I feel like I would notice that at this point.
You don't see anything off right now.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got one person to take down the lockup. I say as you guys come outside.
I'll check to make sure. Is this dude still alive?
It was just stunned. I didn't blow his head off.
Yeah, but you didn't
He's
try to do
stunned.
that with
He's
Dorian.
Right.
badly stunned given how much overkill there was on that blaster carbine.
Which direction is Bell and where are they headed?
From
Are they
what you
saying
saw, it looks
inside?
like they're going out an entrance that's the exact opposite side of the building as the one you just used.
So I walk out. I shove the box in Sen's direction.
Take it.
I need to go handle something.
Need help?
Best not.
Hey, do you to wait for you?
No, I'll meet you back at this ship.
Okay.
Do you need that badge still?
I look at that. What was the weapon that the guy you took down had?
A carbine. It's on my shoulder.
I grab that
Good. You could ask.
and I'm going to try to follow those two.
Okay.
I jab unconscious guy with a stim pack, with a
You
stim
take
gun.
him to lock up because you know where that is. I'm gonna take this back to the ship. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I am turning it off. Stun.
Okay.
Fuckers know who I am and where I am. Fuckers gotta die.
All right.
And
Powder
We're
will
just
look
gonna
at
cut
this
this
a little bit shorter. You
Yes.
sort of rush off in their direction. Which one are you aiming for first?
With the gun.
Bodyguard, creepy guy.
Creepy guy.
Okay.
Bodyguard. Names were not specifically mentioned. Bodyguard may not specifically know who I am. So,
All right.
yeah, I take up a position somewhere. I take aim. And hopefully I'm getting a shot off to murder.
Yep.
and Powder is going to pay attention to Lux.
Just because
left.
of range, it's going to
Yeah.
difficulty
Powder-
2 unless you want
Okay.
to get really close.
Like Lux isn't here anymore unless you followed.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
trying to say that,
Well,
and then
Powder can follow Lux, given we're not
Yeah.
doing following checks right now.
That's
Uh-huh.
fine. No, I'll deal with difficulty too.
There is still light side points that you guys have.
Yeah, if there's ever time to
Right side point.
to flip a light side point, now would be the time.
Go all the way to darkness.
Um,
Dark side.
and I don't have obviously this weapon in here, so I'm just gonna roll my straight.
It's ranged heavy.
Yeah, it's ranged.
Yeah, roll ranged heavy. I'll tell you what the impacts of this particular weapon are. It's damage 9, crit 3.
Of course I missed.
But yeah, you take him, and you're just not used to the weight of this particular heavy weapon. So you pull back, firing, and you overcompensate. The bolt shoots directly past his head, and he takes off running. You've got probably
So you know that
one
look?
shot at medium.
You know that look that Widow gets in the infiltration short when Sombra fucks up her shot? Oh yeah.
One more shot.
One more shot.
You've got one shot at medium and then maybe one at long, depending on how it goes.
No more light side point.
No more light side, so don't have that enhanced.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, you could have told the guy that does nothing but shoot to take care of this guy.
She could have, and yet.
Yeah.
There's a failure in 3 advantages.
And the second one, this guy's keeping his head down. He's running fast. He's used to escaping. And let off
Does
another
it look
shot.
like he looked back to see who was doing the shooting?
It didn't seem like he cared.
Okay, that's fine.
Seems like there's
shot.
bullets flying in my direction.
I
I'm
will
gonna
take
run.
one more shot, and this will be difficulty 4, I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is gonna be long range. So
Okay, that's fine.
Well, please let this one go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rickon
There's 2
Stark him.
successes.
That is 10 damage and a ton of threat.
the threats do something though.
Yeah, I'm sure I got like 9,000 strain or something like that.
Let me just check real quick about.
Success and 5 threat. That's crazy.
Did you just hold the blaster like this right in front, and then when you pulled it, the butt went
Bonk.
right into your face?
And this is why Powder went after Lux. Because Sen was dealing with a box, Praz was dealing with an unconscious guy, but Lux seemed to be going for trouble.
I mean, yeah, there was not much subtle about that.
Mm-hmm.
To mark down one stim pack.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to do in combat. Because I know that I feel like those are potentially strain and other things, and
Yep. You know what? In this case, what I'm going to say is because we're primarily doing flavor at this time. You let off that final shot, and it does impact right in the base of his skull.
yeah. Okay.
And you see
That's
the
me
sort
reacting,
of
that's not-
fizz that comes with a non-stunned gun of this caliber.
Does he look down?
He's definitely stopped moving, but his bodyguard is trying to scoop him up, and you don't have another shot because you're kind of like, ow, that one hurt your wrist a bit.
Okay.
You
I'm
don't
running
know
up.
if he's out or just down.
All right. I am approaching. I am giving chase at this point. I know. I'm sorry. I'm completely.
All right. Chase is
distracted.
going to be a contested athletics,
Okay.
and Powder's going to need to make one as well to keep up.
I mean, hopefully, him being held down by a dead or possibly close to it guys can
and just because the encounter that I was in previously had ended and this doesn't have any bearing on what they're doing, can I make a simple discipline or cool check to try to recover some of my strain?
Yes.
What would the difficulty for me be?
Difficulty is going to be 2 for you.
Difficulty 2 athletics.
Yeah. And for Lux, it's going to be 3 because you're navigating after someone.
Okay.
Failure and a threat for me.
I trip and fall on my face. 3 failures.
Wow.
You know, your wrist is still hurting pretty badly, and you don't realize that you've dropped the gun until it trips you.
Ah.
And you don't fall on your face, but looking back up at the crowd, they're gone at this point.
They're gone. Okay.
I recovered 3 strain.
And then Powder shows up.
I pick up the gun. I look at Powder. Turn around and start heading back.
Are you actively hurt?
I don't think so.
No, none
Okay.
of this caused actual
Like a
injury. It was
wrist
just
sprain,
sting.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Recoil on guns can be a bitch. And at that point, we're going to end for the night.
All right, well, we have been Final Show Films. We produce a wide variety of content every day of the week. You can check us out on our website at finalshowfilms.com. You can also check us out our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. If you support us financially, you can do so there. Thank you to all of our patrons, especially our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame, without whom we wouldn't be able to do quite as much of the stuff that we do already. Also, I'd like to thank the folks watching on Twitch. Remember, we are Twitch affiliates, so your bits and subscriptions can come our way. And it is currently September, which means that if you subscribe, if you subscribe for the first time in the month of September, your first month is half off, and the person you subscribe to still gets the full amount of your donation to their Twitch income, which is fun. Also, if you like what we do, spread the word, let folks know, because when we hit 500 followers on Twitch, we can become Twitch partners, which means we get a bigger chunk of change from all the bits and subscriptions you guys give us. So if you want to help out more, that's always an option. Also, we'd like to thank the folks over at 411mania.com. Jeremy, tell us a little bit about 411mania.com.
So 411mania is a pop culture site that anything that you might be interested within that whole umbrella of entertainment and culture and geekness, we pretty much cover. Whether if your interest is in movies or television or comic books, we cover all of that stuff. We have a review of American Assassin that just came out this weekend, or it came out on Friday. We will have report telling you whether it was able to take it down and become the #1 movie of the weekend. It won't. It is totally going to reign a second weekend. I guarantee it. There is literally zero chance that it does not rule for a second weekend. Don't make the it puns. They're stupid.
I'm just confused. Who's on first?
If you like video games, we've got all of the news that came out of the Nintendo the Nintendo Direct this week. We've got news on an Xbox's new feature that they're working on that is going to free up hard drive space for a lot of people. When the latest free Overwatch weekend will be. We have MMA, wrestling, music, all of that kind of stuff. It's 411mania.com. Check it out.
You can also find our podcasts there when I get them updated.
When you get updated, eventually, someday.
I'm the only person who writes anything for Final Show Films aside from the Eberron thing that Jeremy does. So I do a lot of work and I get behind.
You do everything.
I do
you are literally in everything. So, yeah.
I'm an indispensable cog. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.